Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about Willie Green, who is the new head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. Yes, they're hiring Willie Green, the man who currently is the Phoenix Suns assistant. And if you guys didn't know, Willie Green actually played in the NBA for about 12 years, and he was a second round pick, so he is a former player. So, guys who are former players, I always believe that they are more of a. They're not always player coaches, but in the sense that players do like to play for coaches who are former players because they understand what the players anticipate, what the players are going through. They're more relatable, and as well that Willie Green is an African American. I want you guys to know that at one point, I think the last six teams in the playoffs, four of those teams were run by African Americans, which shows that I personally believe that in today's age, players seem to have respond better to coaches who are former players and player coaches that are African Americans. That just seems like it seems to be a trend that more and more players are advocating for more diversity, and of course, seems that they have had more success in short term. I want to hear your opinion on that, and it's a trend that I very much do like. I think there should be the league should have diversity in all ranges of its like just not just in players, front office, just everywhere. And he actually spent the past 3 years in or 2 years in Phoenix, and he spent almost 4 seasons in Golden State, winning his first championship in 2017, and then winning his second one in 2018. And that means I feel like we're gonna see a mixture of what he learned from Monty Williams. Who Monty Williams is a guy who likes to move the ball around a lot. So does Steve Kerr. So he learned from two great coaches, and what I believe we're gonna see is a lot better defense. Okay, and I think what they're gonna do is a lot of switching. I think they're gonna keep Steven Adams, and basically I look at this team. The only person I think that they really will trade is Eric Bledsoe, and I could see them trading one of the young guys. And that means I know some people aren't a fan of Nickel, so maybe they trade Nickel. I like Jackson Hayes of what he did at the end of the year. So if they do move on from Steven Adams, I understand it. But really, he's only making 17 million, which I think is justifiable for who he is. Eric Bledsoe should not be making 18. And if you move on from Eric Bledsoe, that brings you down to 76 million, which will give you 36 million to spend, while right now you only have 18 million to spend. And I've talked about some options for them in free agency. Now, what I think we'll see is Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. Willie Green is probably gonna make sure Zion is playing defense, and so will the a lot of the other team. Like I think we're gonna see Zion Williamson, Jackson Hayes, Brandon Ingram, Steven Adams, if they keep him, all play really, really good defense. Josh Hart, James Johnson, I don't see them coming back. I do believe Lonzo Ball, they'll probably match any offer he gets unless it's a serious overpay, which I hope somebody does. But if they do overpay him, that will guarantee Eric Bledsoe being traded. But I think regardless, if they keep Lonzo Ball, they're trading Eric Bledsoe. But if they somehow lose Lonzo Ball, then I can understand if they do keep Eric Bledsoe. Now, going into this, what do I think is Willie Green as a coach? I think he's going to be more. I'm Googling right now of Willie Green, what type of coach he is, and from what I see is nobody really states specifically what he's great at, but it seems like he has a lot of respect, and people like the deal is not done, but it's a mutual interest, and I think it's just because he's a coach who has earned the respect with the Warriors and the Suns. He's played 12 seasons as a second round pick role player, and he played 1 year in New Orleans. And the Pelicans needed a fresh voice, and Green provides that. He's about to win another NBA championship, and they need to appease and win over Zion Williamson quickly. And there's opportunity with the amount of assets they have for Willie Green to come in and be given a actual chance to succeed as the head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans. Obviously, Zion's the big question, but they do have Brandon Ingram. Zion and Brandon Ingram are a good deal. We need a third guy right there, and I think this is a team that can contend. I think Zion at this point should be the second option. With if they could get an actual star to be the first option, that'd be ideal. With Brandon Ingram being the third, that Brandon Ingram's a legitimate, like an elite third. I'm not saying they have to, but like if they could trade for a player who would put them over the edge right now, like I really think if they brought Paul George, Zion would be first, and then you know I think Paul George would be second, and for like splitting the second option with our man Brandon Ingram. I just think I really like Brandon Ingram, and I think Brandon Ingram has a lot of potential to be a really good player. I think this team, though, the big question mark is will they keep the older guys on the roster? Because their oldest players are Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams at 31 and 27. And next up is Wesley and Gabriel, both at 26 and 24. So my thoughts right there is like maybe you go for some age, help out the roster. Because we've seen teams, as soon as they add veterans, such as the Atlanta Hawks, like I keep talking about the Atlanta Hawks as a perfect example of what a team will look like when they're young and then they have money and they spend that said money on players to improve their roster. And that's what we got right here. So I think what's impressive that people don't like factor in is the fact that this team, Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, I think Brandon Ingram is an all-star at the very least. He could make an all-NBA. Zion needs to just be coddled and caressed with love and nurtured, kind of like a baby, even though he's 21 years old. It's due to the fact that Zion is right now following almost a Ben Simmons type. Not saying he is Ben Simmons, but in the sense that, look, Zion wants to be LeBron, okay? And I don't think he is LeBron. So the thing is he is salty that he isn't having the success that somebody like Trae Young or Luka is this early in his career, and he feel like it's probably hurting not only his legacy but maybe even his brand, and he feels like he's fading out of the spotlight, which obviously if you're Zion Williamson, you probably make equal amount of money off of your rookie contract that you did off of endorsements. So that being a name, I'm not saying he's doing this because there's so much more to it, but you know what I'm saying? They're going to sit here and try to make this team better, not only for their sake, but obviously they want to keep Zion because Zion has the potential to be a top 5 player. But look, Ben Simmons showed stuff but didn't really develop. Zion's elite. And going into his third year, I do think he has to break out even more. I think he has to add that 3-point shot to an impressive clip. He is amazing inside, and he just finished his rookie year. I really do like Zion, and I think he has a lot of talent. What I do believe the problem is the team is not around him good enough, and I feel like he has been discouraged, and we haven't seen the best Zion. Because why play your hardest when your team isn't worth playing the hardest for? So yeah, I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. That's it. Peace out.